Hi yogis, my name is Alessandra Oram and this is a active vinyasa flow. Come join me on your mat in a very grounding position, nice and low. We'll start in child's pose. So bring your big toes to touch at the center of the mat. Tuck your tailbone in before you sit back. So really tuck the tailbone in round the spine. And as you slowly sit back on the heels, now start to slide your hands forward, resting your forehead on the floor. Now drop your forearms and your elbows and collapse your chest. Inhale deeply. Feel the expansion of your chest. Exhale, melt your heart into the floor. Let's take 2 more like this. Inhale. Find comfort in your breath. Exhale. Try and lose any tensions that you might have brought with you into this practice. And let them dissolve into the floor. Last one here. On the exhale, slowly push into your knees. Keep your spine rounded. And lift your heart up, sliding the hands underneath the shoulders, coming into tabletop pose. Inhale, tuck the toes, and exhale. You're actually going to sit back into a child's pose, but with toes tucked around the spine. Inhale, lift up, leaning forward, and exhale, coming into your cow pose. Inhale, lift and cow. Sit back towards the heels, but lift the knees up and then push the hips up, drop the head, coming into down dog. Inhale, hang your head, spread your fingers wider. Imagine soft earth beneath your hands, almost like hard sand when the sand gets a bit wet, where you can push in through your fingertips into the floor. Almost you can grab hold of the earth. Drop the head, relax any tensions in your neck. And focus your eyes either in between the feet or towards your navel. You can choose where you want to gaze your eyes. Take 1 more breath here. And exhale, let's just walk the legs out. You can bend one knee, feel a gentle twist, move your body where it wants to go. And exhale, bend the other. Inhale, change. And exhale, change. Come back to center. Inhale, pushing the floor, lift the heels, and we move forward into plank. So this whole sequence is a lot of strengthening, especially in this plank position. So let's take the first variation of plank. First, you measure your feet far away from your hands in a nice flat line from the shoulders down to the heels. You want to avoid sinking like this. You want to keep the stomach activated and the tailbone pointing down like flat. From here, we're all going to take the first variation where you drop the heels down. Notice that dropping the knees down, notice that my knees are not underneath my hips. I am not in a tabletop. I'm in a plank variation. From here, I want you to practice just holding plank. 3 more breaths. Maybe you can feel that soreness now, or lactic acid building up in the shoulders. That's what we want. 2, building up that strength. Exhale. Last one. On the exhale, untuck the toes, sit back towards the heels, pushing off, and stay seated, but lifting the chest up. Reverse your palms, rest them on the thighs, and let your elbows and wrists relax. We're trying to find recovery here in the wrists. Catching our breath, taking a moment, and each time we build confidence and strength
to come into that plank. Let's go back. Inhale, hands underneath the shoulders. Measure your plank. So drop the knees down. We're going to lift the left leg up. Keep the belly in rather than pointing the foot high. You want that left foot to be low. Draw the belly in and make sure your tailbone is flat. Hold it. 2 more. If you want to make it tougher, if you're not feeling much, maybe lift your right knee off the floor. If not, stay in this first variation with me. 1 more. Exhale. Let's change legs. Inhale, right leg up. Remember, if this is too easy for you, go ahead and lift the left leg up. 2 more. Exhale. 1 more. On the exhale, release. Untuck the toes, find your recovery. Open the palms. Drop the shoulders away from the ears and bending the elbows. Take 2 more breaths. And now we're going to move into a flow from plank. 1 more. Exhale. Come back into your hands underneath the shoulders. Tuck the toes, this time from downward facing dog. So inhale, down dog. And then exhale, look forward. Lean your shoulders over the wrists, then take a step back with both feet into high plank. Inhale, high plank is when you round your shoulders a bit. Stay looking down, neck is long. Remember, you can always drop your knees and do the plank position from your knees. Inhale, lift the right leg up. Exhale, bend your elbows, Chaturanga. Inhale, push back up. And exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, right leg up. And exhale, bend the knee, open the hip. So from plank, the down dog is a bit long. So you might need to quickly drop onto the right toes, walk the left foot in, and open the hip again. Keep bending the knee. This first time, we're actually going to draw a few circles. Opening up. 1 more. And then exhale, drop the foot down. Let's do the other side. Inhale, from down dog, shift forward into plank and walk the feet back. Tuck the tailbone in. Remember, you can drop your knees. Exhale, lift the left leg up. Inhale, hold. Exhale, bend the elbows 90. Inhale, push back up. Exhale, left knee to nose. Inhale, we're just going to drop the left toes down. Take a small step in with the right foot to come into that one-legged down dog. Bend the knee and open the hip. You want to square the shoulders towards the floor. Stay active in that right leg, lifting the right arch. Point the left knee higher, and let's draw 3 circles. Opening the hip. 1, 2, 3. And exhale, drop your left foot down, and you can take rest in the wrist by sitting on your heels, opening the palms, and take rest. We want to hold it for 3 breaths. Or you can take child's pose if you enjoy the release on the floor. 2 more breaths. Exhale. 1 more. And we're going to repeat the sequence, and I'm going to add on. Inhale, come back into downward facing dog. Exhale, stretch it out. Inhale, lean forward into high plank. Exhale, lift the right leg up. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, back to plank. Exhale, knee to nose. Drop the right toes down. Inhale, small step with the left foot. Open the right hip, bend the knee. Inhale, from here, you're actually going to lean forward, lift the left heel, hug the right knee into the chest, but stay looking between the thumbs. Change your pointed foot into a flexed, and try and step it next to your right thumb. Well done. Come here, lengthen your heart forward. And then exhale, you're going to drop the left knee down, push down on the right heel, come into a flexed foot, Make sure your knee or your hips are not sinking back too much. You actually want to slide and adjust the foot so that your hips are on top of that back left leg. Come into your flat back. Inhale. If this is too much for you, if you find that your spine is still curving, it's important that you use what's around you in the house, like a few books, equal height books underneath each hand, and then you can find that flat back in your lower back and your spine. You almost want your tailbone to point up. So inhale, flat back, and we fold. We either stay here, or if you want more, keep the foot flexed, bend the elbows, and drop your nose and face to the inside of the shin. We're gonna stay here, 6 breaths. Exhale. 2. Really stretch it out. Exhale. 3. Exhale. 4. Sometimes I like to pivot, rolling my right foot from side to side. 5. Just feeling the stretch change on the hamstring. Exhale. Last one. Exhale, release. Bend into that front knee. Place your hands down underneath the shoulders. Lift the left knee up, and you come back into plank, and you take a vinyasa, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Push the tops of the toes. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Try and slide the hips forward. Lengthen through the chest upwards. Exhale into downward facing dog. So stretch it out here in down dog. Or if you find you need to rest your wrists, go ahead and take that resting pose that I showed you earlier on. So you have many options. You can either rest here, child's pose, or take rest in down dog. Because down dog is actually a recovery position, because instead of bringing all the weight in our shoulders and hands, we want to resist the floor so much that the gravity is pushing back towards our feet. And you can almost find some weight being lifted off the shoulders. One more. Let's do the other side. Exhale, shift forward into plank. Inhale, hold plank. And exhale, lift the left leg up. Inhale, shift forward, lean. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, push back up. Exhale, knee to nose. Drop the left toes. Inhale, small step with the right foot. Lift the left leg up, bend the knee, open the hip. Now look forward. Inhale, shift forward into plank. Hug the knee into the chest. Stay looking down. Now change that pointed foot into a flex. Then step it next to the left thumb. Inhale, lengthen chin and chest. Exhale, drop the right knee down. Flex the left foot. And come into your half splits, Ardha Hanumanasana. So again, as I explained the other side, you want your hips over the right knee. Your front foot, your left foot this time should be nice and flexed. Your toes almost curling back towards you. Use your blocks if you need them, or stay on your fingertips, lengthen, flat back. Inhale. Exhale, stay or forward fold. We hold wherever we are for 6 breaths, really melting into the pose. Keeping that foot flexed. Maybe you want to pivot the heel just to feel how the stretch changes. 3, inhale. Exhale. 4, inhale. Exhale. 5, inhale. Exhale. 6, inhale. On the exhale, release. Bend your knee, lift the right heel. Inhale, come into plank, shift forward, chaturanga. Drop your knees if you need to. Inhale, up dog, squeeze the shoulder blades, push the tops of the toes, open your heart. Exhale into downward facing dog. 3 breaths, here or child's pose. 2, take your position of recovery. Exhale. Last one. On the exhale, we look forward and shift into plank. Inhale. Exhale, right leg lifts. Inhale, hold. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, drop the right toes, take a small step with the left, open the right leg, open the right hip, bend the knee. Inhale, shift forward, hug the right knee into the chest, and exhale, step the right foot next to the right thumb. Inhale, drop the left knee, flex the right foot. Come into Ardha Hanumanasana. Inhale, flat back, bend into the right knee, but this time, as you lift the left leg, you're going to spin the left heel down 45 degrees. You want either foot to be either side of the line. Inhale, keep your hips facing forward as much as you can. We're going to come up into warrior one. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, but keep your right knee bent. Be careful of your lower back. Try to point the tailbone in as you bend the right knee, squaring the shoulders. Push into the external side of your back foot, lifting the inner arch of your back foot as well. Imagine your heels hugging in towards the midline as you lengthen up. Let's stay one more in this warrior one. And on the exhale, drop your arms and interlock the fingers behind your back. Inhale, squeeze the palms together, open the chest. So if this is too much, you can actually stay bent in the elbows to try and grab and interlock the fingers. Once you have them, that's when you open the chest, squeezing the hands away from the lower back. And then exhale, forward fold. Try and bring your shoulder on the inside of the knee. Be careful that the butt doesn't shoot out to the side. You want to keep the hips and the glutes hugging in towards the midline, and that shoulder sliding down the inner calf as you lift the arms up. So you can either stay here or assist and unlock your fingers and drop your elbows and forearms to the floor. Well done. Opening up that hip. Stay here. 2 more. Exhale. 1 more. Get ready to come back onto the fingertips. And then we're going to push to lift up back into warrior one. Inhale, lift up. And then exhale, hands down. Lift the left heel. Come into plank, finish. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, on the tops of the toes, push the floor. Exhale into downward facing dog. Hold it here, breathe. Exhale. 2. Exhale. Find recovery wherever you want. 3. And then make your way into down dog. Exhale. Get ready. Shift into plank. Inhale. Exhale. Lift your left leg up. Inhale. Hold it. Lean forward. Exhale. Chaturanga. Inhale. Push back up. Exhale. Knee to nose. Inhale, drop the left toes, take a step in with the right, then bend the knee, open the hip. Inhale, stay, lengthen. Exhale, knee to the chest in high plank, then flex the foot and step it next to the left thumb. Drop your right knee down, push the left heel, come into your half splits, Ardha Hanumanasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen, flat back, bend into the left knee. Exhale, place your hands down as you lift the right knee up. Look down at your right foot. You want to spin the right heel down and make sure heel to heel is in line with each other. And if you need that extra space in the hips, you can even widen your feet a little bit more. Inhale, stay facing forward with hips and shoulders and lift up into warrior one. Inhale, hold it. Stay bending in your left knee over that ankle. Try and tuck the tailbone in, pulling the navel in towards your spine, lifting the inner arch of your back foot and pulling your arms up. Stay here in warrior one. Exhale. 1 more. And exhale. Drop the arms by the hips, but we try to interlock. You can bend the elbows, shrug the shoulders to really find the base of the fingers together. And from there, squeeze the palms and open the chest. Inhale. Exhale, drop your shoulder to the inside side of the knee and try to slide the shoulder down without swaying the hips to one side. Hug the hips and glutes towards the midline as you lift the arms up and slide the shoulder down. Stay one more like this. You can stay or release and drop your forearms and hands on the inside of the left foot. Stay here. Exhale. Keep bending into that left knee. One more. Okay, exhale, push onto your fingertips and get ready to lift it back into warrior one. Inhale, come up. And exhale, hands come down either side of the foot, lift the right heel, come back into your plank. Inhale, keep the shoulders leaning. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hold it here for 3 breaths. Exhale. Take your recovery to whether it's child's pose or here, or sitting on your heels, lifting your torso, up to you. Now come back to down dog, and we're going to repeat the sequence and add on. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lift the right leg. Inhale, lean forward. Get ready. Exhale, Chaturanga. And then lift up. Inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Drop the right toes. Inhale, small step with the left. Bend the knee, open the hip. Exhale, knee to chest. Look forward. Take a big step with your right foot. Inhale, spin the left heel down. Sweep up into warrior one. Inhale. Stay looking forward. Exhale, drop the hands down and interlock. Inhale, open the chest. Pull the arms away from the glutes. And exhale, fall forward. Inhale, come back up, let go of the fingertips and reach back up into warrior one. Then exhale, hands now down. Okay, you're going to lift the left heel, but you're going to keep the weight on that front foot. You're going to lift the hips high, flex the left foot, and now you're going to bend the left knee and sweep the left foot forward without touching the floor. Try and come almost into a pistol squat. If you need the help of holding the foot, you can hold it to lift it off the floor. If not, keep one hand on the floor. Let's see if you can stay here. 2 more. Exhale. 1 more. Okay, we need to work that right leg. Lift the hips, push it, and step back. This time your heel's lifted and you're on your left toes. Inhale, now come into crescent pose. So with warrior one, we had our left heel down. This time we have our left heel lifted, stacked on top of the toes. Bring your hands together, release your index, tuck the tailbone in. You can slightly micro bend the left knee and then push the heel back and open the chest. Stay here. 2 more. 1 more. And then exhale, hands down. Inhale, small step in with the left foot. Slide the right leg back. Come into that one-legged down dog. Inhale. Keep lifting. Now exhale. Look at your left hand and bring your right foot to the outside of the left wrist in a flex. So feel free to move back and forth, trying to stretch out that right leg. We're going to prepare this hip and leg for pigeon pose. This is a pigeon prep. So stay here. And then look over at your right elbow. Press the right knee into the elbow. Now you should notice that your shin is square and parallel with the top of the mat. Drop your left knee down. Feel free to use a block or some pillows before you start to sit. I'm actually going to take a few books. And from there, I'm going to sit my thigh on top of my book and come into my pigeon. So be aware how is your pigeon? If your foot is coming back, that's okay, but we want to focus on the alignment of pigeon and have the shin parallel. If you find that when you have your shin parallel, you're falling to one side, it's important to grab a few more blocks, books, or pillows. So the higher the block, the more comfortable for you. Make sure you're comfortable and not hurting yourself. Focus on the alignment, squaring the hips to face the front. You can either stay here, also use your mat as a point of reference. So I like to look back at my left foot, making sure my left leg is parallel with the side of the mat. If you want to take it further, lean forward, lower onto your elbows, and lengthen your neck. Stay pushing down to lengthen your chest up. Pulling the chin towards the neck, you can lengthen the spine as well. Imagine a string pulling from your coccyx all the way through the spine, out of the top of your head. Let's hang out here for a while just to open and melt the hips. Let's take 2 more. Keep that right foot flexed. We don't want it to collapse, creating a funny angle of the ankle. You want to flex the foot, keeping that ankle at a healthy 90 degrees. Okay, last one. On the exhale, you push back up from your pigeon. Keep facing forward. And then you're actually going to push back into your chaturanga. So you need to press your hands down, quickly move your books or blocks off the mat. As you tuck the left toes, you have the strength now to come into that plank without moving the shoulders, then shift into chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Well done. So find your recovery, whether it's child's pose or down dog. And take 2 more. Exhale. 1 more. Exhale, shift forward into plank. Inhale, hold plank. Lift the left leg. Exhale. Inhale, lean forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, push up. Exhale, knee to nose. Drop the left toes. Inhale, small step in with your right foot. Slide the left leg back, bend the knee, open the hip. Inhale, hug the knee into the chest. High plank, look down. Exhale, flex the foot and step it forward. Inhale, drop your right knee down. Flex the left foot. Exhale, forward fold. Okay, inhale, come back to your flat back. Exhale, bend into the left knee. Inhale, lift the right knee up, spin the right heel down, and come up into warrior 1. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, drop the hands and interlock the fingers behind your lower back. Inhale, open the chest. And exhale, forward fold. Keep holding the bind. Inhale, lift up. Now sweep your arms up back into warrior 1. And then exhale, hands down. Now we keep our weight here on the left leg. Lift your right heel off the floor. And you're going to lean. Lift the hips, flex the right foot. And as you flex the foot, bend the left knee and float it off the floor as you sit down. Maybe you have your right hand on the floor for support and your left hand reaches forward. Maybe you have no support and you're just balancing on your left leg. Let's hold it. 2 more. Take any option. 1 more. Maybe you want to try it out. Exhale. Okay, both hands down. Push with your left leg, then step it back with your right foot, standing on the toes. This time we come up in crescent pose. So we have our right heel lifted, not down. Tailbone tucked. You can micro bend the back knee. As you lift the arms, squeeze the biceps into the ears, tuck the tailbone, then push the heel back. Hold it. 2 more. Exhale. 1 more. Exhale, drop your hands underneath the shoulders. Small step in with your right foot. Slide the left back into one-legged down dog. Square the hips. Exhale, look at your right wrist. Then step your left heel on the outside of your right hand. Not too far away. It's very close to the right wrist, almost hooking your foot around it. Take a moment to sway. Stretching out that left leg. 1 more. Okay, as you hook your left foot around the right wrist, bend the left knee into the left elbow. Drop the right knee down. And before sliding the right leg back, you want to keep that contact of left knee to left elbow and slide the knee back on top and sit on top of your books or the block. Make sure your hips are square. Your shin is as parallel as you can get it with blocks, as many as you need. Maybe you need 5. That's still okay. Use your mat as a reference, lining up your right leg, tucking the tailbone. You can stay here or you can fall forward, melting your heart, keeping your elbows underneath the shoulders, pushing down with the forearms and lengthening the neck. Imagine that string. I have my left foot nice and flexed, keeping the angle of my ankle at a healthy 90 degrees. Make sure the weight is not falling all the way to the left hip. You also want to roll over to your right hip. One more. Well done. Notice also if this side is much tighter than your right. I definitely feel my left side always much tighter in pigeon pose. Let's come back up, placing your hands underneath your shoulders, spreading the fingers wide. Tuck the right toes, get ready to lift, move the blocks or books, and we're going to come into plank and Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Stay here 3 breaths, or you can take child's pose. 2 more. Exhale. Last one. Look forward and shift forward into high plank. Inhale, lift the right leg up. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, push up. Exhale, knee to nose. Drop the right toes. Inhale, small step in with the left. Reach the right leg up, bend the knee, open the hip. Inhale, hug the knee into the chest. Take a step forward with your right foot. Exhale, left knee down. Inhale, come into Ardha Hanumanasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. And exhale, bend into the right knee. Inhale, lift the left knee up. Spin the left heel down and come into your warrior 1. Inhale. Exhale, drop your hands and interlock the fingers. Inhale, open your heart. And then exhale, slide your right shoulder down on the inside of your right shin. Inhale, sweep your arms back into warrior 1. And exhale, hands down. Shift all the weight forward into your right leg. Flex your left foot, then kick it forward and sit down. Come straight back up. Inhale. Coming onto the left toes. Exhale. Balance. Come up into crescent pose. Inhale. And then exhale. Hands down. Slide the right leg back. Look at the left wrist. And then flex the right heel over to the left. Then come into your pigeon pose. Maybe you need the books. Maybe you don't. We stay here. And then exhale, press the hands down, tuck the toes. This time, instead of kicking the right leg back, you're going to bend the right knee into the chest and pull the heel in. Inhale, hold. And then step the right foot down next to the right thumb. Inhale. We're going to take a step forward with the left foot. Exhale, forward fold. Come to Utkatasana, your chair pose. Inhale. Then exhale, lift the heels and balance. Inhale, slowly sit towards the heels. Then exhale, roll onto the heels as you lean forward with the arms and slowly sit and lie down. Inhale, lengthen the legs, straighten the arms out. And then exhale, cactus your arms and bend the right knee. Inhale, catch the right knee with your left hand and roll the knee over to the left and look over to your right. Make sure that your shoulders are pressing down and you enjoy this moment to relax on the floor. One more. Well done. From here, you're going to stay with your right knee there and roll over. So sweep your right arm up and you're going to roll onto your forearms. So you're coming into this half frog pose and half sphinx. Elbows are underneath the shoulders or a little bit more forward than the shoulders. And as you push your hips down, your pelvis down, you're going to peel your heart off the floor. Hold it. Exhale. One more. Okay, exhale. Well done. So from here, you're going to walk the hands and arms back into a forearm plank. So from here, tuck the toes and lift the hips, tuck the tailbone in. Remember that alignment of plank. But now we're on our forearms. You hold that plank. You can either stay here or you can try and find a dolphin pose. Dolphin pose is when you lift the hips, but your shoulders don't lean forward. They stay over the elbows. My feet are walking in. Notice that I'm not leaning forward. I'm staying here with my shoulders stacked over the elbows. And you can stay here as well. Or maybe you feel ready to come and try out Pincha Mayurasana. So maybe you need to take a few kicks, find that split leg, maybe join the toes together, hold it, 2 more, or you stay in your dolphin pose. 1 more, keeping the shoulders over the elbows, and exhale, lower the legs back down. Inhale here. Don't think too much. We're actually going to bend the knees, sit towards the heels, and you're going to jump your feet to the top of the mat. Inhale, lift the elbows and jump. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. And exhale, jump or step back, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Well done. Now we're facing the back of the mat. Stay here. Exhale. Find your recovery. 2 more. Exhale. Last one. On the exhale, look forward and shift into plank. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, push up. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, drop the left toes, small step with the right. Lift the left leg back, up, bend the knee, open the hip. Exhale, hug the knee into the chest, step it forward. Inhale, right leg down, left leg lifts, or left foot lifts, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come into your flat back. And exhale, bend into the left knee, hands down. Lift your right leg up, spin the right heel down. Facing forward still, come into warrior 1. Inhale, lift up. Then exhale, drop the hands and interlock the fingers. Inhale, peel the chest open. Then exhale, slide the right shoulder down the shin. Inhale, sweep your arms back up into warrior 1. Exhale, hands down. Lean forward, flex the right foot. Then kick it forward and sit. Inhale, come back up. Kick the right leg back on the toes. Exhale, lift into crescent pose. Inhale, lift up. Then we go back down to slide the right leg back into extended one-legged down dog. Then exhale, flex the right foot to the outside, the left foot to the outside of the right wrist. Then come into your pigeon pose. Use your blocks if you need it. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hands down. Okay, remember, tuck the right toes. Come into that high plank with your left knee in, heel to glute. Hold it, and then step the left foot forward. Inhale here. And exhale, step the right foot forward. Toes touch. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Come into Utkatasana. Inhale. And then exhale, lift the heels and balance. Slowly sit towards the heels. And then exhale, roll onto your lower back, lie down. Inhale, lengthen the arms, point the toes, straighten the legs. Exhale, bend the elbows to a cactus and bend the left knee up. Inhale, catch the left knee with your right hand and roll it over to your right side. Look over to your left shoulder. Keep both shoulder blades flat on the floor. Enjoy this twist. One more. Exhale. Well done. Look at the ceiling. Sweep your left arm up and over. And we're going to roll into that half sphinx, half frog. Pull the elbows backwards as you peel your heart forward. Make sure you have no tension in your lower back. You should feel your navel activating and pulling into the spine, avoiding any lower back pain, feeling the stretch, anterior stretch on your front body. One more. And exhale, slide the legs together and walk back into your forearm plank in the center of the mat. Inhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips, but squeeze the glutes, tucking the tailbone in. Stay here. And you can either stay or start to walk your feet in. Keep your shoulders stacked over the elbows as you walk the feet in. Maybe this is your maximum, maybe you stay here. If you can go even more, go ahead. If you want to reach the left leg up this time, try and find your pincha. Hold it for 3, wherever you are. Any variation is good. Exhale. 2. Exhale. 1. And try and make it down slowly as you can. Well done. Inhale, bend the knees, sit back towards your heels, look forward. Inhale, jump, lift the elbows. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. This time you're going to step back with your left foot. Spin your left heel down, face the front of the side of the mat. And you're going to heel toe your feet even wider. Heels out, toes in. So from here, with our feet as wide as we can go, slowly try and find that graceful sit back onto the floor. Well done. Keep your feet flexed. Bring your feet into a straddle as wide as you want to go. I recommend starting here, everyone, with your fingertips behind your lower back. If you find your spine is rounded, this is the best position for you to push the floor and assist to lengthen the spine. If you want to stay here, go ahead. Or if you can, hold that pose and change your hands to the front. Again, second option, you can stay here. Or third option, go ahead and fall as far forward as you can go with your feet pointing up, with your kneecaps facing the ceiling. Stay here now for 3 breaths. Exhale. 2. Exhale. 1. On the exhale, we release. Well done. Inhale. Push down with your fingertips on either side, and you're going to try and point the toes, lift the leg, and join it to the front. Inhale, lift it up again, and reach it back. Let's do the other side. Reach the right leg up, join it over to the left. Inhale, reach the right leg up, and bring it back. Well done. Inhale, let's bend the knees, sit back into the center of your mat, straighten out the legs, and now we come into our final positions. Inhale, flat back. And let's find Paschimottanasana. Grab the sides of your feet. Inhale, flat back, lengthen. Bend the elbows, lift them, and exhale, forward fold. Stay here for another 3 breaths. Just calming down the body, stretching it out. Taking advantage of all that heat that we've gained in the practice to gain some flexibility now and lengthen our posture. We take 2 more. One more. And exhale, release. Well done. Inhale, bend your knees. We're actually going to roll back into plow pose. No worries if your feet doesn't touch the floor. You can keep them lifted off the floor, but bend your elbows and try and hold onto your lower back for an assisted stretch. Your feet should be nice and flexed and press the knees straight. If you can drop your feet to the floor, great. Keep your chin tucked, rolling the chest towards the chin. Be careful you don't roll the other way. Chest towards the chin. Just enjoy this plow pose for 3 breaths. 2. Keep the elbows hugging in. 1 more. On the exhale, extend the arms out. Press your fingertips down. Take control of the weight. Hug the thighs in towards the chest and roll down vertebra by vertebra. Keep squeezing the legs in. Keep the head on the floor. Come down onto your lower back. And now find rest, sliding the heels to the corners of the mat. And then open the palm, flatten out the shoulder blades, and sink your chest and ribs, finding Shavasana. Well done. Let go. Lose tensions. And as you surrender to your breath, notice yourself surrendering to your body. Let your toes curl, your fingers curl. I'm going to leave you now in Shavasana. Thank you for joining me on the mat. Namaste.